Hey, you are into Two Gems and a Mic with host Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD along with my girl Tanisha, the Diva Mahomes. What's up, Nish?
Hey, what's going on? We got a lot of good things to talk about this week. We got some good some good gossip. Some good gossip.
Some
Let's
good
just say that. Some good
trashing. We getting
gossip.
ready to trash some folks. We decided, you know what, we probably been a little too kind. And
Yes.
we'll see. When keeping it real, it may go wrong. If it don't go,
You know what? I think y'all might have a little bit of a wrong understanding of who we are. So I think y'all might get a little bit more of the real version
right.
here. We've been holding back and
We're gonna try not to
we
cuss,
have been
but we're gonna let some of that old
yeah,
military come out of us and
yeah,
just let
yeah,
loose.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
start with let's just jump right in.
yeah,
Let's start with the
yeah,
winners and the losers of
yeah,
we want to go to win. We
this
know who
week.
the winner. The winner was Miami.
Yeah. And I mean they whooped some ass. I mean, I love me some Russell Wilson. You
Yeah.
know that. You know how much I love
I
Russell
do.
Wilson. I mean, I hate he gonna be in the record books on that one, boy. That was
Well, they ain't
absolutely
make it to the record books, but they
atrocious.
did make it to the more like recent stuff where, but it was almost I think the bad thing or the
What
thing
was
that
it, 73?
surprised me the most about it is it wasn't like Miami was trying to kill him. They were just playing,
It felt like they
but they
were.
they were just playing, and it was like they had no answer. It was like they weren't even there. And I think at some point Denver said, "Screw this! I ain't getting hurt. I'm not chasing these
Man,
dudes up and
listen.
down the field." But
They probably could have scored 150 on us because I'd have pulled Russell out. Ain't no way in the world I had my quarterback out there taking that mugging. I mean, they had two out there. I know it was 50 something points. He was
yeah, it
still
was
out on the
40
on,
something or
on the
50 something
field.
point. He was out there way too long because I was at a point I was like, why is he still in the game? Why is Tua still in the game? No need for that. He should have never still been in the
Because
game.
they were trying to
Yeah.
kill him. Because they were trying to
They
kill him. That's
yeah,
why he
he
was
was
still
sending a
in the game.
message. He was sending a message for
Well,
sure.
my understanding was that when Sean Payton was an analyst, he had said something to the effect that Tua was going to get benched by Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, last year, because he
And
did coach
uh,
Teddy.
yes, yes, and that didn't sit well, and it was, I guess, fresh on the
Could have
mind
been. Could have been.
because that looked like a personal
Yeah,
drag.
people don't forget.
Everybody,
They
yeah,
like elephants.
yeah,
Athletes don't forget
yeah,
stuff. They like elephants. They hold on to it. Um,
yeah. That was
I think
personal.
another team that had a good win was the Texans, a surprising win over the Jaguars.
I mean, I've always thought the Texans had some pieces. I mean, let's go back. I mean, last year they took the Chiefs to overtime. They've had some pieces for a while. They just haven't been quite like a complete team, but they played people hard.
Oh
They
yeah.
always play people hard. They play teams hard. So I'm not surprised when the Texans pull games out like other people are. I think they go out there and they play hard every game. They don't go. They're not rollovers. And you remember what happened
I,
last year? They don't get the number one pick for a
yeah, I
reason.
don't think they're rollovers.
But
I think the Jaguars are better than what they've been showing. So I was surprised at that score. Jaguars were just kicking field goals. They didn't score. I mean, it's
are they
37.
better or do they look better on paper?
No, I mean we
Are
saw
they
the Jag.
truly better or do they look
I
better
think
on
the
paper?
Jaguars are better because they looked good last year playing, and I was more impressed last year because I was like, they didn't look that good on paper. So I found it to be a little disheartening that they didn't they didn't pull it
W-
off.
Well, how many teams have we seen in the past have all the pieces, but they
Oh,
haven't
quite a
played
few.
together, and it doesn't quite gel the way we hope? Because I mean, we know they got players,
I think
but
I think for me, my
is
expectation
it coming
was
together
the
yet?
Jaguars would build off of what they did last year. The way they came out and they beat the Chargers in the playoffs and all that other stuff, and it just seemed like they backstepping, they
Because
backsliding. So
well, I know one thing, Calvin is that dude.
yeah, and you would think he was going to do something, and they would do something with him, and they have not. Um,
Well, he got hurt. I mean, you
yeah.
remember he ran into that pole and he played it off, but he got hurt. He
Oh
ran
yeah,
into
they
that
tore up his
pole, and
damn uniform.
that
Them
knee,
shorts, them
believe
shorts that
me,
they play in.
yeah,
That tore up.
yeah, I know a knee injury when I
Yeah,
see one.
yeah, he did try to just like walk that off, but I was like, ugh. But he was playing his heart out. The other
Yeah.
win that I was pleased with, but it was I'm digging Jordan Love. So I was happy for him. He got, excuse me, he got the win. They squeaked that out over the Saints. Derek Carr got hurt. I do believe if Derek Carr had remained in the game, they would have won the game. The Saints would have won the game because he was in a rhythm. He was really in a rhythm. I hate to see anybody get hurt, but I think
Yeah.
he's out for a couple of games, correct?
Yeah, he was coming along, but do not be weary, because I'm telling you, Winston is he is okay. He just needed a couple more snaps and they would have won that too. Let me tell you. Don't be surprised this week if he come out there and he pick back up where Carr is, and he pull out this win and they don't miss a beat, and then Carr gets the rest he needs and they get back out there and get back on the road. I'm telling you, I mean, people say what they want to say, but he's a
Oh, I've
legit
always liked him. I liked him when
backup.
he was in Tampa Bay.
You I mean,
I
come
liked him
on. The dude
when he
could
was
really
stealing
be.
crab legs. I like him. So it is what it is.
Mm, mm, I'm actually really and truly, I'm surprised that the Jets wasn't trying to
Who
trade to get
knows
him
who's
to
talking
maybe
to
try to
who?
make
We
something out
just
that
don't know. It
team.
ain't in the public. I don't know who the Jet, but we gonna get to the Jets. Don't jump ahead. We gonna
Yeah.
get to the Jets
We'll
because we
talk,
got a lot
but
to
now
talk about now.
we go, yeah, we
Bengals,
do. Yeah,
Rams.
we do.
To me, boring game, sloppy game. Um,
Lord have mercy.
Bengals pulled it out.
Lucky game.
Yeah. Eagles,
Lucky game.
Bucks wasn't exciting, but the Eagles did what they had to do. The Bucks look horrible. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
could not get rolling.
They just couldn't
Yeah, they
get it
could not
going.
get anything going. Steelers and the Raiders, like that Steelers, you got to watch them. Like you said, that's a sleeper team.
So you're always talking about Kirk Cousin is not that dude. Who's Carr's not that guy. Now, I don't like to beat up on quarterbacks, but to me, Pickett is
I don't
not
think
that
he is
guy.
either.
Like for the way you feel about those guys is kind of how now granted he's young, and he made a jump from his rookie. He's made a jump. So by all means, I'm not saying he's not gonna get better, because we've seen the progress that he's made. But when I see him, I'm like, clearly he's got work to do, to get, he's got to keep progressing. But you see the progress that he's made from year one to year two or whatever. But I see work to be done there. Like, that's what I see when I see that Steeler team. Like, okay, in 2 or 3 years, I mean,
Oh,
maybe. But their
I
defense
see a lot of work.
is,
Yeah,
whew,
yeah, I agree with you. I see a lot of work to be done there. Shit, you almost say, hell, y'all should have held on to Josh Dobbs.
who you telling? Well, I've
So
always
if we
liked
want to talk
Dobbs.
about, since we own Dobbs, we don't hit most of the winners. Let's talk about the losers. Cowboys losing to
Yeah,
the
okay. I'm just gonna throw it out there, Hill. I'll do it. McCarthy, play calling, trash,
yeah. I
trash.
don't get it. You've got you know you. I mean, come on. You got Ceedee Lamb. There's nobody really that can hold him.
He, dude, I'm mad. I'm mad that we got receivers that haven't received touchdowns. Receivers that have not received touchdowns. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pitiful. The last time that happened, they were dogging Alex Smith for the same thing, that we are giving Dak a pass for. And I love the Cowboys, but I feel like if I'm gonna be fair, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
fair. We got to do something. We got to draw something up better than that because CD is absolutely good enough to be catching doggone touchdown passes. We got Cook. Come on, man. Brandon Cook. We got, I mean, Gallup. I mean, how does Gallup go from being Gallup to now we lucky if he get
Yeah.
anything? And don't tell me about that knee injury because he's playing good enough that he should be getting something. I don't believe
No,
that.
I agree with you.
I don't
I agree
believe
with
that.
you. It was I was, and I don't like them boys, but I
You got
yeah, I
Carler.
just couldn't.
You got a
Mhm.
running back that you got somebody that's I mean the pieces. Don't give me that.
Who's the leader of that team?
I mean the guy that just got hurt,
Who's
Parsons,
who stepped part? Yeah. So
that I
you got young guys that are the leaders of that team, and my question is, do they know how to lead that team? Like without getting upset. You can't be in practice, you can't be on the sideline yelling at your quarterback, cussing out your quarterback.
so it's funny because you remember back a couple years ago, the word was Dak had this presence about him that was great, and he could lead these men. And that you know how funny it is now. People now everything is has Dak lost the locker room? Has Dak lost this? You know what it boils down to? If you winning,
You
you
good.
look like the best leader in the world.
Yeah.
When things aren't getting done, now all of a sudden we question leadership. No, I believe Dak is a great leader.
Okay.
But in Dallas, it's you got to win or you got to go. It's real simple in Dallas. They
Well, yeah,
have
if he
that
doesn't, I don't think if that can't get them to where they want to be or further than they've been going, and I'm not saying he's got to win a
he
Super
on a
Bowl, I don't see Dak hanging around Dallas too long.
I'm telling you, Dak is on notice,
What
whether
they
he
say he
know it
on?
or not.
What they say he on bar? He on
He
bar
on bar
time.
time. He on bar
That's what
time,
the
whether he
folks
know
say.
it or not.
Right. The other games to me were par for course, right? Chiefs, those games, I didn't expect anything.
Mm,
But shit,
yeah.
they ain't just said the Vikings game, Chargers game still. I'm like, damn, everything that could possibly go wrong for Kirk
Hmm.
Cousins went wrong for Kirk Cousins.
Exactly. And you
It's
know I
like,
like
oh
I
my
like this.
goodness. And then some of the play, another game that disappointed me was the Ravens and Indy game.
Whoo, Harbaugh.
Yeah. Speak
What
on it.
is
Speak on it.
what
Speak on it.
what has Justin Tucker done to deserve to be treated that way? Okay, missed the 61 yarder because he kicked it 60. You, what I mean, good lord, you don't act like the man can't kick,
Yeah.
dude. Man, if I just don't understand. I mean, year after year after year, and let me tell you, the reason why I understand, I can, I mean, that just
Get it
bothers
together.
me is
Take a deep breath. Get it together.
dude, I lived in Maryland for 23 years. So I was up there, and I mean, when you're there, it's the Ravens. It's the Ravens. It's the Ravens. So whether or not I wanted to be a fan or not, I've always been around Raven fans.
Yeah.
And I have seen a lot of games get blown by Harbaugh. And I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of y'all gonna stick by y'all coach, and I expect y'all to because it's what fans do. But y'all better look. That man has blown some games, and I'm telling you, look at Lamar, look at them players' face on that bench, and they getting fed up. They look like they doing trig on the bench. They so confused with some of the stuff he doing. They over
Yeah.
there just like
He looks like he's confused too. And the other
he
thing that
is
got me is like
confused.
he last year, it was the 2 point conversion thing. It was like he couldn't stop that. This year, it's like he's walking up because they're zooming in on him. He's walking down the sidelines like he has no idea what to do. Tuck is kind of wandering over there, and I'm thinking, you send him out there. You send him out there with confidence. He just missed one. He gonna get it right. That man thinks about kicking like a science. I watched him break
Dude.
down how the kick, the timing from the snap to this to
Oh
the
yeah.
ball. It's all like he sees it in slow motion. Give him another shot. He just didn't put enough leg on it. I think
Hell,
he, yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't run out on the field.
yeah.
I'm surprised he
I'm
didn't run out
surprised the
just
team
thinking
didn't
it.
push him out on the field. I just couldn't understand that. But let's talk about a game that's going to lead us into another another area about quarterbacks. Let's talk about the Jets playing against New England. The Jets look a mess. The Jets are a mess. He is not going to get them there. I don't care what Aaron Rodgers says from his hospital bed about people calm down or whatever. Man, chill. The people coming out.
Dude, I'm about to say, can you please explain to me what is Wentz done to deserve this? What is hell, Flacco, Matt Ryan, anybody? Wentz, I mean, folks, Nick out there. It's a whole lot of people out there, but I'm not personally. I'd have picked before Trevor,
Yeah,
and Trevor is not a spring chicken.
right.
What he like 30, 31,
I mean, the
30?
fact that Kaepernick, and I know this hits you kind of hard. With
Oh yeah, man can't even get on the practice squad.
That's all he want. Get on the practice squad. Let me show you what I got.
He can't even get on the practice squad,
And
man.
we done had, and let's keep it real. So we done had people beat their wives, beat their girlfriends, beat somebody, do this, do that,
Get
and
manslaughter
we
with
bring them back
cars.
in. Right, we bring them back into the league. Right, they get suspended for a few games. They get this man took a knee, and we kicked him out of the league, and he's still not. And I know people are like, oh, get over it, get over it. No, he don't get over it because he's a lot better than some of the quarterbacks that you got out there now, and you took an
And it's not
opportunity
even
away from
close.
him. And he didn't hurt. Who did he hurt?
Himself, apparently.
That's it. He hurt himself because it was all politics and all that. And if you didn't believe in it, because there's still players out there saying what they want to say and doing what they want to do, like they tried to make a big stink out of Kelsey getting the flu shot and getting the COVID shot. People tried to blow that up. They're like, nope, it's all about who you like, and they just didn't like this kid. They still don't like him, and you're willing to sacrifice an entire season by not even putting
Man,
him on a practice squad. But
man,
you know me, I'm not a Wentz fan, but damn it, I think he could do better than.
what? Eh, dude, don't, man, do not disrespect Wentz like that. We all know Wentz can play better than Travis Simeon. Cut the crap. We all know that. Don't do that man like that. Now he might whine, but last time I checked, wide receivers whine all the time.
Yeah.
They stay in they doggone quarterback's face. Time like it's my turn to get the ball.
Hmm.
So don't act like quarterbacks and wide receivers whining is a new thing.
I agree. I agree, and I say Matt Ryan. I say Matt Ryan was washed up. I think he was done.
He
But
ain't
I
that
think
done.
no, he ain't that done. He can get some stuff done. So I don't know what the Jets are gonna do, but um, Aaron Rodgers, you can't help nobody. And but talking to my calm down fans, calm down, dude. You in New York? You ain't in Wisconsin. You ain't in Green Bay. You in New York, so you ain't gonna tell fans to calm down. They them New York fans are different. That's a different
Who
breed of
you
folks,
telling?
and they gonna
Let me
say
tell.
what they want to say.
Let me tell you a quick little story. My brother used to play for the Mets. He said he was down there. He said first thing he said he used to when they used to come out the dugout. He said they were throwing like deep double batteries down there at them if they even remotely had a bad game. Don't tell me about New Yorkers. They gonna do what they want to do, say what they want to say. Aaron Rodgers needs to focus on their Achilles
That's right. That's right. Get healthy. Get healthy. Come back next year, like you say you're gonna
and
come back next year and prove
well
everybody wrong.
come
And
back
do what you got to
come
do.
back at come back in the playoffs
You ain't
after
gonna be no
Wentz.
player.
Look after
Mm,
Wentz or
nope.
Ryan or
Nope.
Kaepernick or somebody which they get them there.
Yeah, because to me, I can't even think of the boy's name. To me, the quarter
Wilson,
Wilson.
Zach.
Wilson looked worse than he did last year. That's all you got for me, Tanisha.
You know what the thing. I'm gonna tell you what I think about Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson should do exactly what Jordan Love did: sit on the bench for about 3 to 4 years, learn the game, marinate, get better, and then play.
I think
Anything other than that
I
is
think
he's
that
gonna
was the
be anything.
plan. I don't think that dude had any expectation of playing, Tanisha, whatsoever. The way Aaron Rodgers was down 4 minutes into the game, That dude had no expectation. He was having fun. He said, I'm going to hang out with and learn what I can from Aaron Rodgers. And then it was like, oh shit, I'm the starting quarterback. And he's pressing. He's pressing. And I think if he would relax, he had good, decent, not good, decent games last year. He's nowhere near that. And they talking about you can bring this receiver in, you could bring that running back in, you could do this, you could do that. It's just like with us. Somebody got to throw him the damn ball, and he ain't the dude to do it.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. As a fantasy player, the fact that they said sit Garrett Wilson, I'm hotter than fish grease.
Right.
That's
You
sad.
sitting,
You
you
got all
sitting,
this damn talent, and you gotta sit
you got to sit good
because
players because they don't have anybody to throw the ball to them. Well,
I
I
know
feel the same
McCole.
way.
I know McCole over there. Like, what in the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at all that talent on that bench over there. And they over there just like now you don't know what you about to do from day to day. And the thing about it is, I don't understand why Robert Sala is willing to die off of Zach
It may
Wilson.
not be him. It may not be him. Sometimes we assume that these head
But
coaches
he
are
looked like an
making.
apologist every time he go up to that podium and talk about that kid. It's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm right about him. I still think the talent is there. It's just gonna take us a little longer to get the talent that we want to come to surface.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with saying that.
no, you're right. But I don't know if he doesn't believe in him, then he ain't gonna say that. So he may not believe in him. Shit.
Oh,
Truth is the
and
truth. All right, let's jump to something else that's been bugging us. Or yeah, it's been this NFL officiating. Now we know it's always horrible, right?
costing
And they're gonna
games.
miss stuff, and they're human. So all those things can be true at the same time. But you know what I want them to have a backbone and make a call at the end of the game. Last week, not this week, the previous week, when the game went to overtime with Washington and Denver, they
You
clearly, I mean, everybody in the what? I mean, everybody knew
have
when
it.
they went for a two,
Gonna
you were
have it.
holding them, right? Throw the flag. Commentators were like, throw the flag. It's happened a couple times. These officials and these fans, and I'm so sick of hearing the fans say the officials shouldn't decide the game. They are deciding the game the whole game. So don't say
Exactly.
don't make the play or the call
It's
at
their
the end of the
job.
game. It's their job to make that call.
It's the job.
That never made sense to me. You don't make that call at the end of the game. Well, hell, you shouldn't have made that call at the beginning of the game. All
Yeah.
of those calls impact the game, and they're doing a horrible job.
Yeah.
What about
It,
the did you see the one with
week after week.
Amari Cooper? They blew the whistle. The man was nowhere near out of bounds. You
Dude,
just took a you just
th-
you
that
just took
was
a touchdown
absolute.
from him.
I don't understand. I mean, freeze frame it, slow it down, just get the egg off your face, just to flat out admit. I mean, do something, but don't take the doggone touchdown from. I mean, come on, man, that's horrible.
They took a touchdown from he was so confused, he didn't know what was going on because he was like, I'm nowhere near the sideline.
When I saw it, I was like, well, what they reviewing?
I didn't know. I don't think anybody knew. The commentators didn't know either. And they were like, oh my God, how did they blow that call? So the officiating, I know that these guys have full-time jobs and they do other stuff. We've got to get it together because it's costing people games. It's costing teams games. And it's just
Nah, they full
horrible.
time job is officiating.
It's not. It's not. Most of them have jobs. They do that and they go back to their regular job and come back. And they officiate on it's like a weekend job.
Well, we
It's like
need to get them a
they
pay raise
reservists.
then.
They
We
reservists.
need we need to get them a pay raise then,
Yeah,
so they
they
can
did get a
focus
pay
more on their
raise. They got
craft.
all that
For they
stuff, but they like reservists.
Well,
That's
they need to focus more on their craft. Then we need
yeah.
them a boot camp.
I agree. They do. They go to training. They do all that other stuff, but it's just not. It's not paying off, and it's like they don't have, like you say, the backbone. I want to say another word, but I'm gonna say the backbone. They
Huh?
don't have the backbone to pull that flag out. It's a million officials right there in that end zone because you all in a tight area where you see that man pulling the jersey,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been happening for years
Oh
on the
Lord.
last plays of the game because nobody wants to make that call. It's got to
Mhm.
change because it just pisses you off.
Pitiful.
And I'm not. I had no skin in the game. I didn't care who won that game, but let's make it a fair game. So,
Absolutely.
um, we're gonna jump in.
Absolutely.
Let we done beat everybody up that we need to beat up. Let's talk about what's gonna happen in week 4. Do we
Let's
got
talk
game?
about it.
We got game tonight. Who you got tonight?
Go ahead, read them out. Let's go
I
one
got
by one.
the Lions and the Packers.
All right, let me think
Say
about
it.
this.
Say it. Come on.
I'm
You
going with
can't think.
Detroit. I'm going with
Okay.
Detroit.
Okay.
I'm going.
I
I'm going with
I
Detroit.
think I think that I think they at Lambeau Field night game. The lights ain't
Mm-mm.
gonna be too bright. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I'm gonna give this one to. And he's got some people coming back that are healthy. I think Jones may be back in the game, and I also think Watson may be back in the game. I'm gonna give this one to
Jordan
Green Bay.
Love.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one to
I
Jordan Love. I
wanted
think he's
to.
gonna
I
do it.
wanted to, but I'm going with my boy Golf.
Okay. I
I'm
know
going
you
with
love golf.
Golf.
I love Detroit too. You know I
Hmm.
love Detroit. That's we
Matter of
got.
fact, I'm finna write this down. Golf. We gonna keep score because I'm tired of. I'm tired of always being
Go
right
ahead,
and don't
write it
get my
down. Write it
respect.
down.
I'm getting
I'm that first game we split. Second
Mm-hmm.
game, which is on
Mm-mm.
Sunday morning. Remember, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Sunday morning, 9:30. Falcons and the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Who you got? Falcons and the Jaguars.
Jags.
You got the Jags. I'm going with the
Mm-hmm.
Falcons.
Oh hell.
Jags ain't shown me nothing this season. I'm going with you. So we ain't nowhere. Now here's a good one. Dolphins and the Bills.
Dolphins.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's
Rolling.
gonna be a tricky one. I think it's gonna be
I'm going with the Dolphins until I see
until they
something
lose.
different. No, until I see something different because Waddle is coming off healthier.
Yeah,
They went 70 something without him.
I agree. I agree. I'm with you. All
I
right,
ain't got
let's
no
go.
reason to think nothing
Broncos,
different.
Broncos, Bears.
Broncos Bear Broncos.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Broncos come back. Justin Fields is not feeling that team. He's not feeling the play calling. He just looks very uncomfortable. The I mean, I've seen some things coming out of the Denver locker room where this guy's like, I've been here for 8 years, 9 years, and we ain't doing nothing but losing.
that was Gary Bowles. He
Yeah,
said
he
we
was
ain't
like
down number
I
lose.
felt sorry for him. And he's a
He
good
said we ain't
athlete.
done number
He's a good
lose
athlete. I remember that dude
when he
from the
got drafted.
draft, and him and his little son had on the
Yep.
same suits.
He said
That's
he ain't
how
done
long
number
ago. Yeah.
lose.
So, and he's a good player. I
Yes,
feel bad
Lord.
for him. So yeah, we agree on that one. I'm
Yep.
going with the Broncos, Ravens and the Browns.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Hmm.
Ravens and the Browns. Ravens and the Browns. I'm going with the Browns.
You going with the Browns?
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
with the
Browns.
Ravens because I'm thinking Lamar and everybody after last week and that embarrassment that they had at home. I think they're going to go into somebody's house and I think they're going to win. Lamar didn't
And you,
play a great game either, so I'm going with the
and you know
Ravens.
what? I
Hmm.
in the truth, you know what? I lied. No, I'm not. I'm not going with the Browns. I'm going with the Ravens.
Okay.
I ain't. You know what? I lied. I take that back. I'm going with the
Right. In
Ravens.
spite of Harbaugh, I'm going with the Ravens on this one.
No, I am going with the Ravens
Okay.
because I don't know if I can go with Ford. Cause Chubb losing Chubb is just.
They
Mm-mm.
pulled it off this week, but I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know if they're
care.
gonna
I
pull
don't
it up.
care.
Yeah.
Cause I thought Hunt would have a bigger role.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought Cream Hunt would have a big role. Y'all done brought him back there to just sit there. I thought he would come in and from what I'm reading, they're not gonna really use him. I don't think that's gonna hold up. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. We
Steelers,
gonna Ravens it up.
Steelers and the Texans.
You know what? I'm gonna go with them doggone.
Say it. Don't be scared to say it. Don't be scared to say it, Tanisha.
I like the quarterback. I really do like what I see in him.
And I
He's
think he got a lot. He got a big that team got a big confidence boost last week. I am
uh,
going with
but you know what?
Houston.
I got but I do, but
It's
you know what?
hard to go against Tomlin
But
though.
I but I gotta go with that Steeler defense though. I'm going with the Steelers.
Oh, you know
I'm
what, Tanisha?
I got to go with that defense. I'm sorry, JJ. I'm not JJ. DJ
Yeah,
Watt. I got to go with the Steelers.
I'm going
I
with
got
Houston. I'm going
you
with
gonna go with
Houston.
it.
Even
You
though
know
they
what?
cost me money 2 weeks ago losing.
I wanted to go with him. You saw me, but I
Uh,
got to. It's
I got
hard
you.
because TJ gonna get after that ass, boy.
The
It's
Vikings and the Panthers. I'm going with the Vikings hands down. They gotta get a win.
man. Hell, they said sit DeAndre Hopkins. That's all I need to see. Man,
No,
come
no,
on.
no. Vikings and the Panthers. We're not talking about Titans.
Oh, Tennessee.
Vikings. Yeah.
Vikings. Yeah.
Vikings
Oh
and the
yeah.
Panthers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vikings. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
I'm
think
going
it's time for I don't know if I don't know
Vikings.
even know if Bryce is playing, but I'm not that impressed with him. I thought that Red had a great game last week.
Oh, Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Oh, he had 27
Yeah,
fantasy points. He had a hell
Andy
of a
Dalton,
game.
what, 75, 75, 78?
Oh, him. He's at least, at least.
Yeah, old Red
Yeah.
hanging in there. He hanging in there, but I'm going with the Vikings on that. The Rams
You
and the
can't.
Colts.
Everybody going to Vikings. I'm sorry. Everybody going to Vikings. And you said the Colts,
Rams and the
Rams,
Colts.
Rams, and the Colts. I'm going with the Colts. I'm going with the
I'm
Colts.
going with you. I'm going with you.
Going with
The
the Colts.
Bucks and the Saints. Tampa Bay and the Saints.
The Bucks and the Saints. Ooh, all that talent on the Saints.
I'm going with the Saints.
All
Because
that talent on the
I
Saints.
think all James need was good practice with them. He's got some good wide receivers, some receivers that he knows. You got Michael Thomas. Chris Olave is Chris Olave. They're
Dude, Chris
playing good.
Olave is that dude.
Yeah, he is that dude. I told you
And
that.
I think that Winston is gonna take advantage of that delicious tight end that has not been getting his due. And I think this is gonna be the difference in the game. I'm going with them Saints.
Okay.
I'm going with
All
them
right. So we
Saints.
got the Commanders and the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles.
Woo, Eagles.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Ain't no
I
thinking
agree with
to it.
that. Bengals and the Titans. Tricky.
How great is the Titans defense?
I mean, they aren't horrible. They've been close
Let's
in
talk about it.
games. They've been close
Can they
in
get after
games.
the quarterback?
Yeah, I think they can put pressure on them. I think they can put pressure on them.
If they can get after the quarterback, I feel confident.
He's not running. If you notice, he wasn't scrambling. He wasn't really running in that game the other
Uh,
night. I don't think he's healthy. I think they're doing everything that they can to fix that. And they needed that one win. They had to get that win at home. So, I'm going with the Titans.
I'm just gonna just can't keep losing. I'm going to Titans too. I'm going
All
to
right.
Titans. I'm sorry.
Raiders
I'm
and the
going to Titans.
Chargers.
Raiders and the Chargers. I'm going to Chargers.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Chargers on that one too. Patriots and the Cowboys. Oh God, I hate to say it out loud. I'm going with the Cowboys.
You better say it out loud.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
going with
going.
them.
This is our bounce back game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cardinals and the 49ers. I'm going 49ers.
You said the
Cardinals
49ers.
and the 49ers.
If God is good to me, the Cardinals will win. But that's just no. If it's good to
God
me,
is good to you.
it's good to me. Yes, but I'm going with the 49ers because I'm not on crack.
All right.
I'm going with 49ers like
Chiefs
everybody
Jets.
else.
Chiefs Jets.
Chiefs,
Chiefs. If the
Chiefs.
Chiefs lose to the Jets, they need to pack it up.
Hell, and you saw the Cowboys. This is just the type of shit that
No,
happens.
no, the Jets are
But
not
I'm going for them
Arizona. That's
Chiefs.
right. I'm going for the Chiefs too. And the Monday night game, my Giants against the Seahawks. I think the Giants win this game.
And you know what? My raggedy ass hate to admit it, but I'm going with your Giants.
Going with
And
with
I
with.
don't know why, but I just feel like if Mr. Danny don't win, they might kill him. I feel like I feel like Daddy feel the pressure and he gonna come through for y'all. I feel like
He
they
gotta
gonna
feel the
kill him
pressure.
in New York.
He gotta feel the
I,
pressure. If
I
he
feel
don't
like
feel the pressure, shame on him. But he should.
I
He should
feel
feel.
like he
He should definitely
realizes
feel the
that
pressure.
they got a warrant out for his arrest.
Because I told you, he looked like what?
Danny Pennies.
No, he looked like the
Oh,
damn
look,
ham,
the
the
Hamburglar.
Hamburglar. He's stealing. He's stealing
He's
money.
stealing from
He got to
y'all.
get that mask off. I need him to get the mask off.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like he realized they got a warrant out for his arrest for stealing the money.
yep, yep.
He is mad at, yeah, I feel like they did. So I'm like,
That wraps
Even
up.
though I
Okay.
will say he is Little Pat's favorite quarterback.
Oh, get out of here with that. That wraps up our first half with the NFL. We're gonna come back with some other sports. We'll be back right
All
after this
righty.
break. Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Gems and Mike. We can jump right in. We talking about.
I'm sorry.
I
It's,
know I still got you laughing.
it's he got a warrant out for his arrest.
All right,
Lord,
let's jump into the WNBA. Little, I don't know if we want to call it controversy. I don't want to call it a controversy, but I listened to different people's opinions on who
Mhm.
should have been the MVP,
The
and a lot of
MVP.
people made, I think it was last week's show where I said my top three were in no specific order at the time: Asia Wilson, Breonna
Mhm.
Stewart, and Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas, excuse me. Could have made an argument for either one of them. Um, Stewie got it. First time in New York Liberty history that somebody won it. Carolyn Peck was on the show and she said she would have voted or did vote for um uh
Asia.
Asia Wilson. And it made sense to me what she said and why Asia should have got it. And then I feel like, okay, this may be why Asia is a little upset that she didn't get it, but it's gonna be fuel for the fire. You voted her the defensive player of the year last year, and she got it again this year. Then she was the MVP last year, and her numbers this year were better than last year's. So how is she not the MVP again? What's your thoughts on that, Tanisha?
I think it doesn't make any sense. I think let's be honest. But here's the problem. I don't want to disrespect any of
God
the
no, because they
players
were all good.
because that's let's be honest, they were
Let me
all
bring
good.
up one point. There's some ass clown out there that voted Asia Wilson number 4. And I wish that ass clown would wipe all of the shit off their face and raise
Yeah.
their hand and said, I did it. And here's my voting card. I will never vote again for any sport. But go
Hey,
ahead.
I wouldn't even take his card if the ass would explain why he voted
Yeah. He
her
or
for.
she. Don't
Just
know
give
who it
me
was. Yeah.
he or she. Just give me an explanation and explain to me your thought process on how you got there, and maybe you can keep your card. I mean, you'd be an idiot anyway, but I would like to know how an idiot thinks to get to that process to
I
be
have
number
to
four.
think they're somehow related to the person that didn't vote for Derek Jeter, that one that didn't make it unanimous. They
Exactly.
they got to be
Yeah.
related. They had to make a
Yeah.
phone call. But
Yeah.
I think, and it was a dangerous thing because I mean Asia's been averaging 30 points. She came out last night
She's mad.
looking, she's mad. It's fuel to the fire. She's motivated. She's
Hmm.
motivated. Like she says, as
Yeah.
I think she's well grounded in her mind, or at least what she says, because she said, I can't control that.
Yeah.
What I can control is what's going on. I got bigger things that I'm chasing, right? So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. But the series are good. The series in New York is tied up.
Yeah.
1-1. Connecticut went in there and stole a game. Um, New York got one back, so they even now they head to Connecticut. Which
Hmm.
Dallas lost two in Vegas. Vegas can finish it out and go home and rest. They got the games coming up tomorrow night, so we'll see what happens on that.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Aces to come out, and I'm actually gonna pick the Liberty to pull this off.
Okay.
I'm
All
actually
right.
gonna pick the Liberty to pull it off, and it'll be the Aces. It'll be like the Commanders Cup that they have within there. But I see the Aces winning it all. I think that whole team, because they love each other so much. The stuff that you see with that team, um, I just they're motivated. I think they're all a little upset that she didn't get it. Dawn Staley had some comments also, but And everybody said with respect to the other players, because to
That's what
me,
I'm saying. You
it
can't,
could have been any of them. I think what really sent people over the edge is that number 4. Come
yeah,
on.
because you gotta wonder what's behind that.
That- Who was that? Who was that person's number 3? That's what I missed. I was looking for it. I couldn't find that information.
You're
Who was
not gonna
that person's
find.
number 3? And I'm and number 3 may have been a good player, but number 3 wasn't number 3. You may have been number 4.
I
'Cause
always
those
say
were the
that
top
you
3
never really
players.
know.
Yeah, Alyssa Thomas with her triple doubles this year. Stewie played, good games. She, I think she had 3 or 4 40-point games. They were doing it, but you look at the person who did it last year, they did it better this year, and their team was still number 1. I'm like, I don't know
Now,
what the criteria is.
when I see stuff like this, like I said, this is justification of reviewing of who has a vote.
Yeah. Who
When you see
understands the
stuff
game?
like
What's the
this,
criteria? Yeah.
this tells you everybody does not need a vote. Sometimes, hey, you know what? Maybe the game is gone by you.
Right. And just right. As you get older, the game has gone by you. Maybe voting
Maybe
years ago you were good.
that's
Just
what I'm
like
saying.
Tanisha, for you, Python coding has gone by you. You're too old for this shit. So
And
you
my
you
vintage 73. That's
yeah,
why I put vintage 70. Yeah, that
you
shit went
walk
by me.
you walked into that one.
Yes, it
When that
did. It
boy
went
told
right
you
by me.
you the same
I
age
ain't
as my
been the
mama.
same.
I've been there. You ain't
Oh,
been the same
n-
since.
hell, you say I was the same man. He said you older than my
You
mama.
older than his mama.
You older than
You
my
ain't got
mama
no
by
business trying to code. I
a
we had
minute.
right. We had a little flashback. So if you didn't see
Yeah.
last week's show, go look at the end of last week's show. You don't have to look at
You
the
ain't
whole
got to
thing.
watch the whole thing. Just look at
Just
the
go look at the
closing
last
thoughts.
2-3 minutes of them closing thoughts, and you'll know exactly what we talking about. It was story time.
And I'm tell
So
you, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you my. I do have a closing thought now. I'm
we'll
gonna
get
give
there.
you.
We'll get
I'm
there.
gonna give you some. Yeah, I'm gonna
All
give. I
right.
got one now.
So we keep an eye on that. I mean, the games are
Yep.
exciting. I'm loving it. Every team, I believe, that's in the playoffs and where they are now deserves to be where they are now. I don't think anybody snuck in, backed in, or
No,
anything.
no, no.
It's the teams that deserve to be there. And I say that because other teams suffered injuries that set
Hmm.
them back. Mystics, I like going to watch them play. They had a lot of injuries. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
injuries that set them back. And hopefully they come back healthy and with the players that they have. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is gonna be fun to watch. Let's
Yep.
jump into college football. Got a lot to say here. Got a lot to say here. I'm gonna start off with and I wrote some notes for this, and I'm gonna start off with Deion Sanders because you
I
know,
knew it.
yeah, well, I'm not a fan. Did I
Hmm.
enjoy watching them lose that game like that? No, I didn't. Um, do I think, and I agree with what he said, and I agree with what some commentators said, that's the worst game they're gonna play. So even me not being a Deion Sanders fan, Deion Sanders has brought a demographic to the football, to college football that would have never been there without him. So is he doing good for the game? Absolutely. I think the game has grown. You got more people saying, I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna
Hmm.
sit and watch this game. But I get what people were saying, and like we were talking about, is the Cinderella? It ain't over. I think they're going to win some more games, but I think there's some teams that are out there that maybe felt disrespected or whatever. I know you have another side of it. Oregon's a good
Hmm.
team. They play USC. USC got the Heisman Trophy winner on their team. They're a good team. So what's any given Saturday, just like we say any given Sunday. So
Hmm.
when people are like, oh, everybody just hating on now, they just want to see him fall. I don't want to see him fall. I it's like you're successful, those kids are successful. The game is now growing. So I think that's a good thing. It's not going to change me to say now I'm a Dion fan. I'm not getting on a bandwagon. My team, Georgia. They
Hmm.
ain't got nothing to do with Colorado and Oregon. I watch them all because they're great games. There were a lot of good games on Saturday. So, like me and you said, like a few years ago, we'd watch a game of a team that we like. We're watching
Yeah.
all day. We're sitting on the phone for 7 hours watching, just like we would watch NFL. But your
Sure.
thoughts on college football overall?
I mean, I'll talk about, you and I talk about the Dion situation, but for different reasons. We have some things about Dion, I'm not gonna hide it. I mean, I'm in awe of what's going on, like other people, but there are things that I'm conflicted about.
Hmm.
You know, I'm conflicted that you know players came from. I graduated from an HBCU, so he took players from the HBCU and took them to Colorado. So I'm conflicted that we lost some talent in HBCU, and so I mean to get to Colorado, and they and yes, it brought all of this attention to the program, but it took away from another program. And I mean, and so I'm conflicted there a little bit. I'm happy for Dion, that he's being that it that the that he's brought success to the program. I'm happy that that they this is a successful season. Last year they won one game. He's already had a successful season
Hmm.
because he's elevated the program. Regardless of what happens after, moving forward, he's already done wonders for that program. So I don't care about all the hate and things that people are doing. I'm happy that he has proven naysayers wrong in that sense. For those that were out, that wanted to see him fail, he's already succeeded. So you can stop.
Right.
He's already done what they said he couldn't do.
Right.
So, for that I am. But yes, coming from HBCU, I mean, I would have loved to see him, you know, do more at that HBCU. Like I said, maybe go about it a different route. With the cloud that he had, having Tom Brady teach his son, maybe get the Mahomes and get the Russell Wilsons to come to that HBCU, bring more light in that other arena. I mean, this is just me speaking out loud. So I have my own thoughts on that. But
Hmm.
yes, I'm happy for Dion. I'm happy that he brought that to the program or whatever. And I am watching more. So he did that. He did that
He
for
did that
college.
for a lot of people because
Yeah.
I hear conversations of people that don't even watch sports, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
did you see?" So it's making them click on another game. It's making them click here. It's making them see, "Oh, there's another guy." Even if it's just African Americans that were not that into football, they're looking and say, "Oh, there's another guy." The guy
Well,
that was from, Caleb. Caleb is from this area. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And people
I
are like,
mean, I
"Oh,
have
damn,
I
he's
have
from here." Yeah,
I have family that's playing football right
Texas,
now. I mean,
right?
I'm going from now just watching Keaton Crawford, which is my blood, my
Number three,
blood. Watch.
yeah, number three.
Yes,
They're number
yes.
three, and
I'm
he's playing
watching
well.
it. I'm watching Texas games and obviously Tech games. I'm watching those games to, to now watching Colorado and watching teams that I really didn't care anything to watch for. I mean, I've gone from watching strictly family, watching my nephew trying to watch Brown University games, and just things that I have in stake to now. I mean, I'm out here, what like you said, we watching 7 hours of straight damn college football
Yeah,
games
and
24/7.
and good games, and it's
Absolutely.
like you watch them every week. And these kids, I mean, they are fighting for their dream to go to the next level. And if you look at all these top 20, just the top 25 teams, right? Half of them ain't, more than half. They ain't making it. They're not
Yeah.
gonna make it, but they're playing their hearts out, and that's the thing I say. I like. I have a different respect for the game which these kids are playing. I'm looking. We were used to seeing Alabama,
Oh
so
yeah.
you don't want to see. I don't. I don't. It's not necessarily I want to see people fall. I just want to see a parity in a game. You want to see new stuff, like new teams that are doing stuff, and the portal has opened up a lot of stuff and all that. So you get to see it's like, oh, that team. Like, you know, we talk
The
about the Colorado game,
the
but
talent.
how many people would have watched the Oregon game if it wasn't for that? So Oregon, like he was talking about clicks, yeah, you got clicks because of who you played. So
Exactly.
bringing that all to light, I mean, Ohio State and teams like that. So to me, it's fun. Saturdays are fun now. I got stuff to, you know, it's not just waiting on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? The football. So go ahead, Tanisha.
And I have, and one more thing too, and the flip side of this, someone else brought this to my attention. and I was saying that, being that I wish that he had, had those guys, my opinion, getting them away from the HBCUs. But then I have other friends that graduated from HBCUs, and they were like, only so many people came out of those HBCUs, and by taking those guys and plucking them out and getting them over to those other colleges, now they have even better chance of getting to that,
But you got
to the
Jerry,
next
right? You got
level.
a lot of them in the Hall of Fame. You got a lot of people from HBCUs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but
So
but like I'm
you know
saying,
what
they were
I thought.
they were playing devil's advocate, and I said, I can see where you're coming from that angle. I mean, I'm giving you the other side of it. So they
Yeah.
said, they only had a couple people that came out of Jackson State or whatever, but now, those guys probably have a better chance now of
But I think
going.
the recruiters know to go to those schools because there's some hidden gems, and I call them hidden gems because they're not getting that airtime. But there's some gems that are there. We've seen them. We've seen them play. They're all over the place. But I just like the fact that all of it is being talked about, and
Absolutely.
there's some HBCU games that are being aired on certain channels or whatever. So I'm going to watch them also. So it's
Absolutely.
good for the sport. Good for them. And
Yeah, and good for the
hey,
kids. Good,
that
good,
that's
good, good for the
that's what it's
kids,
all
which is
about.
the main thing.
It's a big but college football is a big business. That's
Absolutely.
where all the money from the schools are getting money from that. It's a big business. So we keep an eye on that and see what happens. Um
All right.
we're gonna
What we
jump
got?
over here to something that and there's other stuff that people are talking about, sports shows are talking about, nobody's really talking about track and field. I know they went through the championships, and we got Paris 2024, so you see some commercials, but I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know what she did. I don't care what she did. Richardson got it together.
Man, didn't she?
She got it
That
together.
is a
She
comeback story
showed
to me.
why she should have been there. Unfortunately, she was not there, but she's gonna get hers. Lyles, I mean, we got the fastest woman, female and male in the world. And what I loved watching with Richardson specifically was the Jamaicans and how the Jamaican team rallied around her and they were hugging each other, and it was like motivating. um like, yeah, girl, you got it. And it was like
I,
no hate there. You got it. And I think that even is going to help her down the road. That's a community.
I thought about that. It was like when she made the mistake, in the beginning, and it was all on what they thought it was going to be. We were all about what we thought she had the potential to do, but she hadn't proved it. I think that when she won that race, that was that moment where you earn your peers respect, and you saw it. It was no more about what she was supposed to be. It was who she was,
Right.
and you saw them walk over and congratulate her and be like, welcome aboard, like this is where you earn your stripes today, and we're gonna give you your flowers properly. And it was just that camaraderie, and they just all went to hugging each other, and you could tell it was that mutual respect, but it was earned respect.
Yeah.
It wasn't about
And
you know
I think
that
she real yeah, and I think she realizes all I gotta do is run these races. I got the
run
talent.
them.
This
Yeah.
God-given talent. I got it. Train, do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna stay on top. So I
And
love
don't
to
talk
see that
about it, be
and
about it.
be about it. Right. Same thing with
Yeah.
Lyles, right? Don't start clowning and all them antics and all that other stuff, because it all take is one bad race and you done. So
Exactly.
love to see that. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to the other. I mean, we got good track stars.
Dude, we got man,
That
that
for
relay.
that relay
What?
team, yeah, yeah,
What?
love it.
It's gonna be some battles.
Yeah,
It's
they
gonna be
need
some
to.
battles.
I just need everybody stay healthy. Pray everybody stay healthy.
Absolutely.
NBA. Let's hit the NBA real quick.
Oh, that trade, baby.
I think a little people were a little salty they didn't go to Miami.
You think?
Yeah, some people wanted him. Come on, Miami is always there with what they have, and Miami is a scrappy team. You put him on that team, it's different. I think Butler would have welcomed him on the team. I mean, where he's going, he's going to make a wherever he goes, wherever he
I
would have gone, wherever he
think it's
is
less
going. He's
egos. I think it's less egos where he's at, where he went.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of egos in Miami.
I think he'll fit in right where
Oh
he's
yeah,
at,
I
and
think he'll fit
I
in fine
and I
where
like
he's
what I
going. I
see.
think he could have fit in and helped any team because I don't even think his ego is that bad. I think it's just a matter he wants to win. He
Hell, do
get
you
tired of
blame
losing.
him? Do you blame him?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Done
So
deal.
happy for him. We'll see what happens with that. On the
Rudy
Saturday.
Gay signed too.
Oh yeah,
Don't
Rudy
forget
Gay been
about old
around.
Rudy.
That's right. Rudy. I coached at the high school that Rudy was, you know, Rudy graduated from Spalding High School right here in Severn, Maryland. So yeah, good for
Yep,
him to see him around. Um,
absolutely.
on the sadder side of things, Brooks Robinson
Lost him.
lost him. I mean, he lived a good life, but he's he's an O's legend.
I know that's right.
He's an O's
I seen a
legend.
lot of people walking around my workplace wearing a lot of Orioles gear.
Yeah,
I said, I see what you're doing. I see
yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah,
It
so I
came
was
out of
like telling
nowhere.
some of the stories and just his I mean, and just watching some old interviews with him because being right here in Baltimore, that's all they've been talking about. And
Yep.
so, condolences to the family and all that, but another legend, another
Yeah.
legend.
A
So
long,
yeah,
successful life.
yes, 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 very much so. So you said you had some closing thoughts. What are they?
Girl, I had to go up in the office. You know, they do your little plan on how you're gonna get promoted and everything. And the guy said, you got any classes that you need to take? I was like, he said, you want to take any more Python? I said, hell no. I said, excuse me, we need to revamp my learning plan, sir. I have decided to go to a different track. I'm going program management headed out there.
There you
I'm no
go.
longer interested in programming.
There you
No,
go.
sir. Man, I cleaned that whole doggone learning plan out. Man, I had about 20 classes in there. I exited the whole plan out. Then
Yeah, that
he
cracked
looked
me
at
up.
me. He
That
looked
cracked me
at me
up.
like, what happened? I ain't man hard to tell him. I
I
won't
tell
be
you
taking
what,
any more of those.
I got a
Oh
closing
Lord.
thought. I think it's like, I go through social media, I'm all on there. I cannot. It's like I can't click fast enough away from stories about Travis Kelsey and
Lord.
what's her name? Taylor Swift. It was like they were we got more replays on her than we did on what was going on in the field. And I'm hearing sports people, anchors or whatever, talking about this when there's so much other sports going on, and you spending cycles on that. Let's move on. That's their personal life. God bless them. If it work out, whatever. But I'm so sick of it. It's done. But
My daddy called me up. He said, it appears that Taylor Swift can really sing.
he been listening to her music.
He said, he goes, she got the fans. They just kept showing her the whole game. Every time I turn around, I said, Dad, she can really go. Apparently, she broke Ticketmaster and he done got all he
He
got
didn't know who
all
the
the
hell she
info.
was until
He knew who she was, but he
oh
just didn't know that. He said, "Is she really that good?" I said, "Yes, sir. She is that good.
yeah, she
She
is.
didn't
Oh,
change. She." I
I
said,
take
"She's
nothing away from
changed
her, but
genres," and I
damn,
said,
she ain't no
"She
sports
got a."
figure.
I said she got her own personal beehive. I said,
The
and I
Swifties.
said, and if Kelsey don't watch out, we'll be singing about him real soon. I said we'll be singing a little song. I
They
hope he
got
get it
they
right.
got they got he better get it right
I hope he get it right.
because you know what? The Swifties will tear him up. The
I'm telling you.
The Swifties will tear him up. So
Good
that's gonna
luck,
be the
Kelsey.
last time. Yeah, that's gonna be the
I
last
met him. He
time.
a cool dude. Good luck, brother.
That's gonna be the last time you hear us
He
talking
always
about it.
treated me well.
All
Good
right.
luck, man.
So remember, hey, if we talking about it,
You need to
you
hear
need to
about
hear
it.
about it. And until next time, please be kind, be blessed. It's free.
Peace.
Peace. you you
Oh, I
silly.
already. Oh Lord.
Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.